Good afternoon, this is Pat Walker, Mission Winners, doing a training coaching video for everybody here. A lot of people look at the markets and they say, they're kind of squishy. There's not a lot of good things happening right now. Like here's the spiders, just pulling back to the rising 21-day. Here's the NASDAQ comp, a little bit below the 21-day. And so, well, there's not much happening. You know, a lot of the stocks, there's a lot of red at this point in time. And I said, yeah, I agree with this. There's not a lot of positive action right now. So a lot of people get negative and say, well, there's nothing to do. No, you know what? At Mission Winners, we welcome pullbacks. Why? Because it resets everything and gets ready for the next advance. I'll give you an example here. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit for us. You can see this kind of meandered around here in March. Then it based and it just kind of went sideways and things. But it had a pullback in here and then it started to lift and base. Could we get the same thing now? In fact, it would be great if it pulled back some. This would be wonderful. It will reset things and give us an opportunity. And that's the operative word, folks. Opportunity for buying. So here's the spiders. Here's the NASDAQ comp. And it's starting to pull back. You can see back here, it was just kind of chopping around, okay? And then it finally took off here in April and May. Remember that. April and May. Chopping around, but it was creating opportunity, and we were getting ready for it. Case in point, look at Apple chopping around, and look what this did in March. We talked about March, and then look at the move this made. We bought this here. The markets were starting to improve, and look at the trend, and we were ready for it. We were ready for it. And look what it did. That's one of them, all right? Here's another one for you. Beazer Homes. The market's kind of chopping around, okay? And I'll make this a little bigger so you can see it. Just meandering around, but then look at this. Look at this start to take off in April, okay? When we're talking about April, May, things kind of choppy, and you could run it into June, and then it starts to lift. Here's the comp, here's spiders again, kind of going sideways, and then in late May, it starts to take off. Meandering around, takes off. Here's the NASDAQ comp. I want to revisit it. Just meandering around, and it takes off in early May. It was resetting. It was resetting after an advance, and we're seeing the same thing here. We're getting a reset. When's it going to stop? I don't know, but we'll be ready for it. So again, I point this one out. Apple chopping around, but watch this. In March, and look at the move. This was on the key list for buy, and it was bought here. That's a moonshot there, folks. Let's continue onwards. Here's Meta chopping around, and then look at this. In March, I'm talking February, March, April. Look what it does. Buys in here. And it makes the move. What's the point here? This pullback is going to create a great buying opportunity. When? I don't know. And you know what's the best part? We don't need to forecast. Why? Because it'll tell us. It will tell us. I'm going to show you a couple more right here. Here's Lamb Research. Talking about April, May. Look what this did. Look at the base breakout. It was just resetting through here. And it created an opportunity for us. And yes, all these stocks I'm showing you were on the key list for buys, okay? Here's Beazer Homes. Again, it's showing this. Chopping around, and then it lifts off in May, goes sideways, and then you get the big advance in June. Look at the basis. June, and then later on. It worked. That's what we're looking for. What's another one? Check this out. ACLS. Chopping around. I'm talking April and May. And look what it does. It starts to lift off of a base. In other words, team, what I'm saying here is this can create a great opportunity for us on what to do. And it's what we're looking for. And we've trained our eyes and minds on what to do with it. Continue onwards here. Here's Adobe. Just chopping around. I'm going to go back and show you this. Here's the spiders. They're just kind of chopping around. Then it starts to pick up here in May. But look at this. It's just going sideways. And then it creates the opportunity. Here's the NASDAQ comp, chopping around, April, May, and then it starts to make the list, all right? Make the lift. Now, here we go again. There's Adobe. It's just chopping around, and in May, it takes out. This pullback helped create these bases. And yes, this was bought right there. And that worked out pretty darn well, didn't it? Okay, here's another one for you. Here's NVIDIA, chopping around. Look what it does in March. And then it meanders around, and then it hits the overdrive here in May. When the market starts to lift, this lifts. What's the point I'm trying to make? Well, you see it. It's creating opportunity for us. Tremendous opportunity. And we'll be ready. Avgo, April and May. And look what it does. Look when this took off on May 15th. Look at the base. It's just meandering around. Here's the spiders. Spiders meandering around and starts to pick up. May 19th, pulls back a bit, and then it takes off. Here's the NASDAQ comp meandering around. And then here in May, first part of May, it starts to lift off. There you go. And then we go back and we look at Avgo meandering around. And then in May, it takes off. Do you see the theme there? At Mission Winners, what are we doing? We're always prepared. We know what to look for. The opportunities are there if you're prepared, and we are. That's what we're looking for. So right now, here's a chart of the spiders. And it's just kind of pulling back. You know, maybe this is the start of a decent pullback. It's exciting because stuff will reset for us and give us an opportunity. Here's the bottom line, folks. There's no edge in buying, Meta up here. Train's already left the station. This is a little riskier now, okay? Focus. Look at Beazer Homes. There's no edge in buying it here, but it was sure good back here in the May and June when this started to take off, and back here in April, May, right? Now you're seeing what we do at Mission Winners, how we connect the dots. We look at the major indices or the major index ETFs. We're always looking at leading stocks and leading groups, and that's where, and again, you see it on the charts. Here's the spiders, and I'll shrink this for you. Just kind of meandering around here, okay? And then it starts to take off in May, all right? But you can see it basing. Here's the NASDAQ comp. Kind of just meandering around here, and then it takes off in May, okay? And here, we'll just do Avgo. Oh, when did it take off? In May. There you go. And yes, it's owned. And yes, it was on the key list. And that's what we look for.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.